Let's take a look at our decompression bridge. This is a great movement that can elongate the spine, have a sense of traction for your back body, as well as working the lungs and the rib cage to create a sense of openness and expansion through the thoracic spine. So you start with your heels in line with your sit bones, lying on your back. Take a couple breaths into your back body and feel the rib cage expand into the floor. And then start to reach through the crown of the head and lengthen through the pelvis. You're going to take an exhale, tailbone curls up towards the ceiling. Inhale, reaching the arms over your head so that you can see the inner elbow in your peripheral vision. Traction your fingers, actively reach the arms. On your next exhale, breastbone softens and you slowly lower one vertebrae at a time, keeping that traction through the fingertips, length through the head, and reaching the pelvis towards your heels. You slowly lower until the tailbone settles into the floor and you return to a neutral. Your inhale takes your arms back down towards your hips. Exhale, tailbone curls up, peeling the spine off, repeating the movements. Inhale, arms reach over the head. Feeling the lungs expand. Now use the exhale and let the breastbone soften. If you run out of air and you're still moving with your spine, take an inhale and then continue to traction the spine towards the floor and away from the crown of the head. Inhale, repeating 3 to 5 times. Inhaling, the arms reach over the head. Exhaling, releasing the spine towards the floor. And then inhale. Arms return, exhale, tailbone curls up, spine peels off. Inhale, arms reach over. Exhale, tractioning and lengthening. And then releasing the hands into the floor. You can pull the knees into the chest, curling the tailbone up towards the ceiling, rocking side to side. And then from here, we can move into our roll downs. So 2 exercises matched and paired really well together to articulate the spine as well as find some decompression for nerves, arteries, and blood vessels. So starting with your roll downs, we're going to start with the beginning variation. Your pelvis is underneath your rib cage underneath the roof of your mouth. So bend your knees as much as you need to get up and over your pelvis. Same idea, traction through the crown of the head, root through the pelvis, and then rolling back one vertebrae at a time. You start with that tailbone curling under or that posterior tilt, and then if this is beginning roll downs for you, you're going to walk your hands down your thighs so that you can have a little extra support so that the spine can slowly lower towards the floor. Take that reach with the arms over the head, inhaling, actively press through the space. Once your fingertips pass your shoulder line, that's when you want to start to peel your head off so that you're coordinating that movement. If you get to this place and it's hard to get up, reach for your thighs, and I want you to crawl your hands down your thighs, down the legs so that you can curl yourself back up and stack tall. Take that 2 more times, using the inhale to lift and length, and then the exhale to let the tailbone curl, lowering vertebrae by vertebrae. This is where we get into that imagery of working with your spine like a string of pearls. The arms reach over the head, inhaling on the exhale, peeling yourself back up. As you peel up and your arms turn, reach forward, you're going to go 1 vertebrae at a time. So C1, C2, C3, C4, C5, C6, 7, T1, T2, T3, and so on, all the way down. So you're really thinking about articulating the spine up. And then last time we roll all the way down, reaching the arms over the head, And then pressing and peeling. And using that exhale to really help you rise back up. The next phase, you're gonna start to straighten the legs a little bit longer out in front of you. Pull those toes back, reach through the heels, stack up over your spine, arms reach forward. You're active from head to tail, fingers to toes. Same beginning of your roll down, tailbone curls, peeling your spine down towards the floor, and then your arms reach over your head. Exhaling, palms reach. Once they pass over those shoulders, chin nods, and you're trying to peel yourself all the way back, reaching down through the legs and out so the legs are active. Coming back up, stacking your spine. If this is really challenging for you, you're rolling down, maybe you get here and you need to roll back up, but all of a sudden you feel your legs lifting because you're using your thigh muscles, the muscles in the top of the thigh, as opposed to those spinal articulating muscles getting into below the abs to help lift the spine up, but keeping the legs stable. I want to have you grab a TheraBand and take the TheraBand and wrap it around your feet. So we start legs long, spine tall. There's a resistance with this TheraBand. So you're going to start to play where you start to feel like you cannot control the movement. So maybe you get about halfway down. You take a breath, inhaling. On the exhale, you're going to just focus on getting this portion of the roll up to feel smoother. So you roll down, maybe take it a vertebrae lower, and then you roll on up, trying to see if you can feel the lower abdominal wall engage to help lengthen you back up, as opposed to your hip flexors trying to lift you back up. So I want you to pour the weight into the sit bones and pelvis and reach through the legs as you stack up. And then you just slowly take it lower and lower. So we start with our roll down to help engage and create the strength for our roll up. So the roll up is a lovely way to articulate and get the spine moving. And we stack tall to lift up and out of the vertebrae, and then we articulate down. So using and exploring the roll up with a TheraBand or with your hands to crawl down, and finding the more you get access to the deeper muscles underneath your organs along the spine, you'll find that this movement eventually becomes easier, it feels more in control, and then it's going to hopefully feel good, and you'll gravitate. It's hopefully going to feel really lovely, and you'll gravitate towards these exercises more and more as a tool to help wake up the spine, find some articulation and mobility.